Stuttering Toy Nerd, back again, finally, after a super long hiatus. And I figured this time, you know, my priorities have changed. I know in my welcome back, you know, brand new format video that I was going to redo the 2010 Megazord. You know, I have Batman and I have Power Rangers. I have much more than that. So, to start everything off, here we have a brand new, well, not brand new, but a new toy line for me to start reviewing. One that impacted my childhood, and in fact shaped my childhood. So, without further ado, the big reveal. That's right! Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. If you were alive in the late 80s and the early 90s, if you were collecting action figures, chances are you had a couple of these. And what a better time than to review one of the more obscure figures. Big reveal. Fugitoid! That's right, Fugitoid, the sleek servo-servant. Dr. Honeycutt, who, while working with a mental device, transferred his brain into his android servant, making him the world's first and most sought-after servo-scientist. Which, of course, he is dubbed a Fugitoid because he doesn't want to become a servo. He doesn't want to become a robo-servant. He wants to, you know, change himself back. So, you know, he's on the run from the Triceraton army. Well, after bumping into our heroes in the transdimensional portal, he returns with them to Earth and is forever grateful and becomes a robotic servant to them, often serving as a scout. He's got really cool accessories. The Electro-Stun Stick, the shock treatment for the street scum, plugs on back for easy storage. The Grappling Claw for climbing, clinging, and cliffhanging. His metal melting machine gun. The metallic demobilizer for menacing mutants. And his Skeletal Scanner. You open his chest plate to plug in the scanner and expose nifty detection devices. Pretty nifty, I would say. And like I said, most of these weapons, they have holes right there in the handles. I'll explain those later. Now, let's get on to Fugitoid. Fugitoid is a pretty, like I said, he's a very nifty action figure. He's got a gloss gold paint. It's not vacuum metallized, so it doesn't give off a really shiny chrome appearance, although a later Fugitoid figure would. That has nothing to do with this toy line, so I won't review it. Plus, I don't have it. Another thing that was really neat is everything is detailed. There are hardly any pieces on Fugitoid's body that doesn't have some sort of form of detail. The feet don't count, even though it's got the little date stamp, they don't count. His little ankles, detail. Feet, detail. Legs, detail. Pelvis, torso, detail. Chest plate, detail. Arms, detail. These aren't like just arms with like painted lines. These are actual like ridges, a shingle pattern for his arms. It is awesome. I especially love the wrists. Just molded in details with wiring and gizmos. And on the other side, this one looks more like it's battle damage to me. Stuff's coming out. Yeah, they even have the wires, like frayed ends, look like they're molded outward, which is a very nice. Playmates really did a number on a lot of these action figures from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle toy line. Detailing that rivals even that of the Masters of the Universe. That's it. I even love the little diodes here on his which could be his ears, the little blue lights. if they were lights. He even has 3 arms, like a 3-prong arm, which is pretty cool, like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. He's got paint everywhere. The head itself is probably my favorite feature because it's got a black mask, like a Ninja Turtle. His face looks like it could be a turtle. It's also something that's designed for the toy line, but still, as I grew older and knew of the original Fugitoid's existence in the comic books, he was much more of a simple design. Didn't have as much detail in him, but for a toy, they really went all out. So you could say that this is more like the upgraded version of the original Fugitoid. I even love how he has red eyes and the pupils are painted white. He's got red inside his mouth. These are details that if this toy was reproduced today, they would leave. They would just leave out. The only thing that I really don't like is when you open up his chest cavity, it's really insane in there, but the card art has a little bit of green here and a little bit of blue for the wirings just to further enhance that detail. That's gone in the finished product. But once again, it's just a simple, it's really minor, and it really doesn't take away from the fantastic figure. And like I said, he's got like these little red pegs here, black pegs on his shoulder joints here, and of course red peg here. Those are for his accessories. Much like in the original card art, it shows his accessories pegged. Now, when I was a kid, I received this guy, and since it was Ninja Turtles, I immediately fell in love with them, and I just, I ripped it open. I ripped open this card. I didn't think much about stuff like that back then. He's even got the little peg holes in the guns and the card art. That's just amazing. So I didn't really think that much to keep some of this stuff. And since I usually just opened up the card without, examining the back, post that below, I never really knew what most of these accessories did. So we'll plug them in. I'll go with the card art. We'll plug this thing here. We'll plug this one here. This one's going to point down. And then, of course, this little scanner will plug right here. Might want to be careful with this because you never know about the paint transfer. And we'll put this arm up, and we'll plug his staff right here. And there we have it. Fugitoid, all armored up, ready to fight the evil mutants. So, final thoughts on this guy? Yeah, as a kid, I didn't appreciate this guy very much. I didn't know he had a really cool design, but he was just a robot. He was uninteresting to me. Even if he was a cool toy, he was just in the toy line. He wasn't really in the television show, so I really had no idea the extent of what this guy can do. It wasn't until the later comic books that I found out his true origins, and it made me appreciate him more. Kids may not like him, but I know the adults with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles would definitely want another crack at this guy. He is definitely one of those for nostalgia purposes. He is a widely excellent figure. Even if he does have the little points of articulation, which was current for the 90s, the hips, the shoulders, and the head. He is a wonderful figure. And I'm just at all, and what a perfect way to start off these reviews with one of the lesser known but highly recommended figures such as Fugitoid. So until next time, this is the Starting Toy Nerd signing off.